Amazing. Welcome to those who are just joining. I'm feeling this little nasal drip. I should have grabbed some Kleenexes. Hello and welcome to those who are joining in the replay. We were just sharing our intentions and desires for being here. And I was feeling it's like a cauldron of all of our hearts and our yearnings are here, and it's all together, and I'm feeling this kind of pressure filled space, like there's water collecting at a dam and there's like something that's really getting ready to pop through. And I was also just sharing that we're not going to be taking our clothes off for these practices. We're going to be really challenging ourselves to move with the energy and be present to what's here with fine awareness. And if you aren't able to feel very much, I'm going to encourage you to be with not being able to feel very much. And we're just going to be over and over again with what is. Okay. And then I also said, if you were, if you're really wanting to, all of a sudden you're really inspired and your body's like, I need to be touched, my pussy needs to be loved on physically, then of course you can turn your camera off and you can go and do your thing. But once again, the invitation is to try to do all this without physically touching, stimulating your genitals. We're going to be working with them, but in a different way. Okay, everybody. So let's share about my journey, my path. I'm here because it's taken me it's actually been 21 years now for me to, from the moment I first had an orgasm and shut it down to this moment, to the moment I first had an orgasm, shut it down, and then wasn't able to orgasm for 7 years and felt only numbness and pain in sex. And then to unlocking orgasms by connecting with nature while at the same time putting a vibrator on my clitoris, and then only being able to access orgasm through a vibrator for the next 7 years. And then to unlocking different orgasms, full body orgasms, and shortly after in a tantric initiation, having a Kundalini awakening, and then forever after being able to have orgasms with just breath, intention, visualization, feeling, energy. Okay, and so for the last just over 5 years, that has been my new state. And ever since that happened, I have been working with clients and students in different capacities as a neo-tantric facilitator, as a rose priestess, as a sacred sexuality and holistic sex coach, and helping people to unlock more of themselves and their pleasure. And for the longest time, I didn't know or believe that I could help people actually unlock this particular ability in themselves. I was, teaching people all kinds of other things or doing somatic healing work on them, body work, energy work, these other things. And I was like, yeah, maybe down the line, if you keep doing these breathwork practices, if you keep coming for healing sessions, if you do this and this and this, maybe, like, I can't say whether that's going to be unlocked for you or not. It's a mystery, And so it took me the last about 4 years, I guess, to really start paying attention to who was able to unlock themselves and when, and the different pieces that would come in for them, what worked, what didn't, and then building up the trust muscles to be able to come to you today and say, I have a formula that you can reproduce with yourself that is basically foolproof. I'm not saying it's going to happen for you today, though it might. I have had a number of clients, a handful of clients that have been able to access full body energetic orgasms the first time they do this work, and a number more who have been able to access all different kinds of orgasms after putting this formula into practice, even just 1 or 2 times on their own time. Okay. But everyone, every single person who has used the techniques that I'm going to share with you today has eventually, and usually sooner rather than later, unlocked this for themselves in a consistent way. Okay. So I'm going to say it right now, a really bold sentence, like this is foolproof. This is a foolproof bliss formula. I want to call it bliss elixir today. It's my bliss elixir. And really, you don't need anything other than what you are now and who you are now. And you just get to learn a few more tools or ingredients to put into your kit and into your little concoction, into your little witch's cauldron. Okay. And then you can sip this at your own pace, at your own timing, forever after. But I do want to preface it that it is like going to the gym. It is like getting on a yoga mat and doing your yoga. You know, the more you stretch, the more you get into those postures, the more you get into a meditative mindset, the more you lift those weights, the more you're going to see results. Okay. So this is something that I would encourage you to be practicing, not just today, not just tomorrow, but on the daily, or at least a few times a week, 2 to 3 times a week, pop it in to your routine and get yourself the bliss net. It's going to change everything. When you do these practices, you release a cocktail of bliss in your own being. The same cocktail of dopamine, those pleasure chemicals, of oxytocin, the bonding hormone, of melatonin in the pineal gland, which is the precursor to DMT, dimethyltryptamine, the God molecule. All of these things we tend to connect with someone else when we're making love with someone else, or cuddling with someone else, or feeling those sexual in love feelings with someone else. But the truth is, it's all you. Even when you are joining with someone else in these energies, it's your body that is creating this elixir of bliss. And you can do this for yourself, always. And the even more magical thing that they don't tell you in sex ed in school is that when your energy body, when you start clearing the blockages of shame, of guilt, of fear, of the densities in the energy body, in the physical body, your body can run energy in such a way that every single part of your body can be connected to your pussy and your sexual energy, and every single part can be trained to run that energy and can even be transformed into its own clitoris, energetic clitoris in a way. My pinky finger is its own clitoris. The tip of my nose, my eyelid, everywhere on my body, I have learned and trained to open it and to open the energy lines and to reconnect the energetic passageways between every part of my body and my sacral energy center. My womb space, my pussy space, my vulva, my clitoris, and all of the thousands of clusters of nerves there that literally are connected energetically to every other part of our body through our central nervous system. And this is accessible for every single human being. I don't care who you are, what gender you are, how broken you think you are, how broken you think your pussy is. I thought I had an attached clitoral hood. I thought I had literally been born with mutated anatomy, that I wasn't able to feel pleasure in my pussy for 7 years, that I was almost able to feel nothing except pain for 7 years. I was going to doctor after doctor, specialist after specialist. There was actually nothing physically wrong. And I believe, because I believe so strongly in energy, and I've seen the capacity of our bodies to run energy and for our mind-body connection to be reconnected, even if you had mutilated erogenous zones, for example, or something, an accident, something horrible had happened to you, you can literally still access this. People can feel, they get their arm cut off and they feel like they're having an itch on the part of their arm that's cut off. They get these phantom experiences and pain because the energetic lines are still there. The energetic meridians, the spirit body, the Ka body is still there. So this is really an incredibly liberating thing to understand, that our energy is this powerful, and that we are not just these physical bodies, but we are also energy bodies. And yet it's all so entwined. Yeah. Does anyone have any questions before I continue? Questions, comments? Okay. So, number one for all of this, can you guess what the number one thing for teaching your body how to do this? What do you think the number one thing is for stepping into this ability? Feeling safe. Yeah. Anyone have any other suggestions? Self-love. Breathing. Yeah. Breathing, acceptance, relaxation, believing it's possible, listening. Girls, you're all on it. Surrender, all of it. Everything you just said. It's all number one. Intention. But if I were to break it down into an order, I would say feeling safe is at the top. Everything else is woven in, is braided in with everything you just said. But that's at the heart of it. Because if your nervous system is running in sympathetic state, which is the stress response, it's the fight or flight response, or it's the kind of the dominant driving, I got to get shit done, kind of more masculine way of being, then it's like, yeah, your energy is running in survival mode rather than reproduce mode. If your energy is in that masculine space, why would your body want to get into like this sexy, juicy, magnetic energy that can either create a new human or create your dreams or other things you want to create? Your energy is being so driven and channeled somewhere else. So the first and most important thing is to bring the nervous system into a state of parasympathetic rest, reset, digest. Okay, so you can write that down. And there's some different techniques that we're going to use today to do that. I think what I'm going to do is actually list out for you my steps. I'm going to name them aloud right now, and you can take notes if you have a pen and paper, so we can get our thinking brain, our ego mind to kind of know what's coming next. And then from there, our inner children can feel safe to go into the practices too, because they kind of have a map of what's coming. Okay, so I encourage you to grab a notebook, a pen, and a paper, something like that. I'll give you guys If you don't have one, I'll give you a few seconds to go and grab that stuff. Just gonna close some windows on my computer and call up my document with the steps. Okay. Oh, goddess. Here we go. So, Bliss Elixir formula ingredients. We've already talked about the body feeling safe and the nervous system feeling safe. And that's kind of the foundation behind all of this. Okay. And so all of these next steps are going to be always hearkening back to that piece. And each of these steps is actually going to be helping the nervous system feel safe. Okay. So I'm going to give you 9 steps. But before the 9, there's a bookend. And after the 9, there's a bookend. Okay. So the first bookend is intention. All right. So this is all about preparing your space with intention. Get someone. Okay. And so we've already done that today. But as you practice this on your own, you're going to be doing that same thing, that you are going to set an intention for your practice. And now when you do this, I want it to be similarly to kind of what we did today. It's like, I intend to feel more of myself. I intend to experience more surrender. I intend to love myself more, things like that. I'm going to encourage you very highly not to ever set an expectation on yourself that this has to happen. So part of this step is really letting go of all your expectations. The funny thing about this method, these feminine embodiment methods, is that unlike the kind of more masculine way of having some kind of set goal, for this particular thing, having a set goal, creating pressure on yourself, is actually going to stop up the energy. It's going to be another kink in the garden hose of the flow of energy. So we're going to make a deal today with each other that we're going to let go of any expectations that this has to happen today, that this has to happen on this call, that this has to happen anytime in my life. Maybe it won't this lifetime. One lifetime, I know and trust it's going to happen, but I'm not going to put a fucking cage on myself that it has to. Okay? So you can also bring yourself into kind of a ritual space by just imagining, I like to imagine a golden dragon's egg ring of protection around myself. You can imagine a crystalline bubble of light, rainbow light, whatever color suits you or feels good in that moment, to invoke the qualities of whatever color you're bringing in. And in this space, you can also call in any guides, helpers, healed and whole ancestors. And again, you are going to make sure that you are letting go of any pressure for your body to perform in a certain way. And within that space, if you're feeling the pressure, the inner pressure, you're not going to say you're bad or what the fuck, get out of here. It's going to be a bit more like, oh, I notice I'm feeling pressure. I'm putting pressure on myself. I'm feeling the expectation. All right, well, let's bring that in a little bit more. Let's bring it in a little bit more to myself. Let me be with the pressure. Let me be with the expectation. Let me almost make love to that too and see if you can transform it. So that's one way of doing it. Another way, if it works for you, is to literally, sometimes I like to imagine having any expectations or pressure on my palm and then just kind of blowing them away for this practice. You can always call them back in. Obviously, we're going to have some kind of goal. We all have a goal that we want to have, full body energy orgasms. Okay. But for this practice, no expectation is going to happen in a certain time frame. We are in goddess time here. All right, sounds good? Amazing. And then so after that bookend, step one is visualization. Okay, so this is one of my favorite practices, is a future self visualization. And for this particular practice today, you are going to feel your future self as multi-orgasmic, as full body energy-gasmic, and you're going to ask for their support to give you all the pieces that you need now. Because there is a version of you in time-space reality, multiple versions of you in time-space reality who have already accessed this. Right? It's already done. And so just the act of you tuning in to that version of yourself who is running this energy so fully and freely is going to start showing your nervous system that it's possible and that it's safe. And that future self version you're going to see today is actually literally going to support you. She's the higher self version of this version of you, and she's got so much to offer you right now. Also in this visualization piece, sometimes I really like to visualize connecting to nature. The first time I ever orgasmed, I was really connecting to nature and some of the cycles on the farm that I grew up on. The second time I orgasmed, and then that's the one that shut down for 7 years after I felt the guilt of my Christian upbringing and thought I saw a devil in my third eye as I was orgasming, and then it literally imploded back. The orgasm imploded back in on itself and got tucked away for 7 years after. And then when I opened up to my next orgasm, I was looking outside the window and connecting to a tree and witnessing the buds on the tree and feeling the energy of the bees and the birds and the bees, really. The bees coming to the flowers, being so attracted to the flowers and drinking up their pollen and leaving bits of other pollen, and this reproductive system, this orgasmic reproductive system in nature, and how all of nature is so fertile and verdant and is running this orgasmic energy at all times without shame, without guilt, without some kind of religious morality imposed upon it. So as part of this, you can tune into what part of nature makes you feel super safe, held, connected. What part of nature makes you feel like you are one with it? And that might even be imagining a part of nature that you really loved as a child. Okay? All right. So step 2 is love. And we've already mentioned this. So we're going to open the unconditional love and blessing field. And you're going to send this love to your erogenous zones. You're going to send this love to your pussy, to your vulva, your vagina, your clitoris, your womb space, your anus, your tailbone, your hips, this whole pelvic bowl area. You're going to send this love to, and you're going to bless your genitals. Okay. Step 3 is an activation and purge. So we're going to activate the body. We're going to get the blood pumping, and then we're going to purge out stuck energy, which is usually connected to stuck emotions. Emotion is just energy in motion. It wants to be in motion. Otherwise, it crimps and cramps things down. It creates a kink in the garden hose. So we're going to unkink the garden hose by getting our emotions flowing and our bodies activated. Okay? I'm going to give you some tools and techniques for that. Then step 4 is breath. Okay, so we also mentioned this. This is a pleasure breath. I'm going to be teaching you a really simple pleasure breath. that is going to help your nervous system drop in deeper, feel more, and you're going to feel more connected to the energy in your erogenous zones, in your genitals. Step 5 is presence. You're going to be with what is. We're going to do a body presencing activity where you're going to scan your body for what's real, what's happening in it. You're going to name aloud the sensations in the body, trying not to judge them, trying not to bring an analyzing mind to them, just simply expressing the felt sense through your 5 senses. And then we're going to draw our attention and focus it on your vulva, vagina, clitoris, anus, perineum, buttocks, womb. And you're going to just draw in this laser focus down there and name aloud sensations there, even if it's like, it feels like stone. It feels, I'm feeling sharp shooting pains. I'm feeling so uncomfortable, et cetera, et cetera. You're going to name what's there. I'm feeling numb. I feel nothing. Or I'm feeling tingly, bright, windy feeling. I'm bubbly. I'm feeling buzzing, you know, whatever it may be. Then step 6 is pleasure. So you're going to bring pleasure to all of the sensations using intention, breath, and touch, and visualization if that feels good to you. But we're going to bring the quality of pleasure into the sensations. Step 7 is sound. So we're going to bring sound in with the breath, sometimes called lyrical breath. And so on every exhale, we're going to learn how to make a sound, and it's going to activate your animal body. You're going to let your pleasure or whatever sensations sound through you, sound through your throat, especially your pelvis, your vulva, your vagina, your buttocks, your anus, your womb, your tailbone. You're going to let those parts of you sound through your throat, connecting up these 2 creation centers of your being. Giving yourself permission to be animal. Step 8 is movement. So we're going to be bringing movement into and through our bodies, through our hips especially. We're going to be using some different things that can be like thrusting, bouncing, shaking, circling, spiraling, slower or faster. And you're going to be just saying yes and surrendering to your wise animal body and to that Kundalini orgasmic energy that wants to flow through you. How it wants to flow through, it's going to be unique to you. 9, the final step or the final ingredient of the Bliss Elixir is energy. All of these other things are going to awaken your awareness to the sensation of energy moving in your body. And then once you become aware of how the energy feels and how it reveals itself to you, then you're going to move the energy with visualization, breath, touch, intention. You're going to imagine it moving up into your body, through your different energy centers. Even if you can't actually feel it, you're going to imagine it. You're going to let it open your heart, and then you're going to wave the energy, wave it with breath and pleasure up from the genitals to your head and then back down. Okay, we're going to wave the energy up and down, and then we're going to bring it up the microcosmic orbit, up the backbone, up to the crown of the head, and then down the front. After we do all of this, we're going to ground the energy. I'm going to do some grounding practices to close and to seal off the energy. And just like a grounding, you know, the third prong on a electrical plug protects your electrical device from short circuiting or being blown out with too much energy. If there's an energy surge, an electricity surge, we're going to put a plug into the earth and ground any excess energy. So we're not burning our spiritual nerves out or our nervous system out. Okay. And just a reminder that the wider the base of our energy, it's like a tree. The wider and deeper the roots, the higher the branches can go into the higher dimensional, faster vibrating realms. But if we don't have deep and wide roots, that tree can easily be blown over by different weather, by different energies, right? So we're going to be working on really grounding this energy. Yes. Okay. Does anyone have any questions about that? Great. I would love to presence now. So we present our intentions and our desires. I would love to presence any fear that might be arising in anyone. Any fear or resistance. Victoria is ready to explore. Nice. Does anyone want to speak aloud or type in the chat box any fear that's arising? It's important that you can close down your eyes and tune into your body and just notice, is there any like tension, holding, resistance, feeling excitement? Okay, nice. Yeah, just tune in. What does it feel like? Nervousness, fear, anxiety, and my solar plexus. Thank you, Catherine, for presencing that. Feels like pressure. Really good presencing that it's in the solar plexus. Mm-hmm. I find it's very helpful to name aloud any fear that's living within you, because when you bring it to the light instead of leaving it in the shadows or the unconscious, it loses its power over you in a way. It's like, instead of weaving your reality from this shadowy place or holding you back, it's like, okay, bring it to light like an old friend and be like, hey, I see you. Welcome. You don't have to hide. You don't have to hide out in the shadows of the unconscious and the underworld of my being. I'm here with you. Thank you for trying to protect me. Thank you for protecting me up until this point. Let's be together. Let's just breathe together. Let's feel it together. I acknowledge you. I acknowledge you're here. Thank you for protecting me. Bring gratitude to the fear. The quality of it starts to shift. The quality of the energy will start to shift when you do that. I can feel the energy shifting even now as I was speaking that, and you're tuning into those frequencies. Okay, beautiful. So that's a piece that you can add to the opening, the bookend, the opening bookend, is that intentions, desires, fears, that yeah. And then the final bookend is the grounding. Okay, brilliant. Well, let's begin, everyone. Having a sense to just offer a minute or two for people to get a drink or to use the washroom. So you can just do that. And just prepare your space. Just make sure you've got like an area where you can move around. Oh my God, I was talking this whole time, telling you guys what I was doing, and I didn't realize I was muted. Thank you. Can you hear the music that I'm playing? Okay, great. Let me know if it's ever too much or you can't hear me speaking, or, the last time I did a Google Meet, I had some issues with the sound when I saw the recording. It didn't pick up on any of the music. I had put a certain setting on that didn't allow for it, so the setting's off now. Hopefully it works. All right, everybody. So for this first part, you can choose to stay seated or you can lie down, whatever you like. But I encourage kind of seated posture for these first ones. And so I'd love for you to just place your feet on the earth, wherever you are. Feel your legs on the earth, whatever form of earth you're on. And we're going to bookend ourselves with grounding as well. We're going to begin with grounding and end with grounding. So just really feeling your feet on the ground. And we're going to use this grounding technique where we're going to imagine violet flame at the crown of our head. And we're going to inhale the violet flame. And then we're going to exhale and imagine it burning through our whole front body, making the sound, bringing it all the way down the front body, bringing it down our legs, down to our feet, down to our feet. And just feeling our feet fill up with energy and just dissipating any excess energy into the earth. And then you're going to bring your hands to the crown of your head again, feeling that violet flame. Deep inhale, and now exhale, imagining it flushing out the center line of your body. Clearing out whatever needs to go, drawing down the energy into the earth, all the way down into your feet. And you can even flick out any excess through your fingertips, releasing into the earth. And now one last time through our back body. So hands above our head, inhaling. Exhaling that violet flame, clearing our back body, grounding all the energy of our back body down. Into the earth. And we can take a deep inhale in through heart center. You can even tap on your heart to activate it. And then exhale, imagining the breath going down into the womb space, and then down the legs, down the knees, down into the feet, into the earth. Opening the mouth on the exhale. Inhaling through the heart. And exhaling all the way out and down, out through the mouth. One more time in through the heart. And exhaling. And you can just give yourself a little hug here. Coming into your own energy, your own field. Aware of the collective field. We're all here for a reason together. But really drawing your energy into your own field. And then I want you to open your eyes slightly and look around the room. And you're going to start looking in the left. And you're going to move your eyes from the left to the right. And your eyes are going to light upon 4 different objects. One after the other. And you're going to name what they are aloud. Okay? Name them aloud. Name what they are. So curtain, golden, plant pot, window, elephant statue. Okay, so just going from left to right and naming those 4 objects. The action of your eyes trailing from the one side inside of your mind, side of your head, to the other is helping your nervous system and signaling to your nervous system that it's safe. And you're also teaching your limbic brain, your animal brain, your primal brain and showing that there's literally no predators around you. You're grounding into this present moment by naming the 3D physical objects aloud and being here in the 3D. Okay? So you can use that grounding practice anytime during this process. If at any time the energy becomes too much, or if you ever feel any trauma response or stress response coming up, I want you to come back to that. Holding your arms, squeezing yourself, looking from left to right, and naming the 4 objects aloud. Okay? Very good. And just feel, I want you to close down your eyes if that feels good. That's the invitation. It might feel good to place your palms on your thighs, another grounding technique. And I want you just to notice your nervous system now, after we've dropped in like that. Notice what's alive in your body. Notice what's feeling calm, what's feeling a little more excited. Notice the difference, the quality in your body, in the energy, since we did those practices. Okay, very good. Now, if it feels good, I'd like you to close down your eyes if you haven't already. And you're going to imagine your own temple space, a bubble of whatever colors of light you desire. What feels true to you in this moment? Visualize whatever feels good to you surrounding you. For me, it's that golden dragon's egg, and today it's got some more rainbow colors in it. Oh yeah. And it's quite large. This symbolizes to your nervous system that you're stepping into ritual space. You get to know yourself, and you get to express and experience things that might be out of the ordinary. This temple of light keeps you safe and protected. Inside this temple, you are going to be practicing self-love and compassion. Here, you can call in any guides or helpers. Calling in any healed and whole ancestors that are ready to support us for the lineage's sake, for your sake. And here, if you're noticing any expectations or pressure on yourself, you can use the tool of just collecting them in your palm and then blowing them out of your temple space. Goodbye. You can come back later if you need to. Letting them go out the window or the door. Or you can try being like, oh, okay, I feel some pressure or heaviness in my expectations. What if I just brought you a little closer to home? What if I just brought you into my heart space? I see you. I notice you. I'm with you. I feel that burning desire. I'm with you. And we're not going to let this rule us today. I'm going to be with it. I'm going to make love to you. I'm going to transform it into presence. Good. Now into our temple space. Usually it's like a more bubbly thing, but today it wants to be a temple. So I feel like some of you might have some beautiful visuals of what your temple includes. Let's just bring all of that in for what your gorgeous priestess temple of the goddess that is embodied as you looks like. Whatever colors, fabrics, smells, tastes, let that all be there. Let your inner child play in her imagination. And from here, in the safety of your temple, Actually, also just really want to mention that nothing can enter this temple space that is not of the highest good for all, the law of one, the law of love, harm to none. And only those beings, supportive beings, who are in alignment with source of source of source, the highest good for all, may be in any of this temple space at all. Good. Now from here, my love, I'd love you to place your hands on your body anywhere it feels good, anywhere your body needs your hands right now. You can turn off the screen if that feels good, or leave it on. Whatever feels right to you. And now you're going to tune in to the quantum field. And you are going to connect with the future version of yourself, who is fully multi-orgasmic with full body energy orgasms. At the drop of a hat, at the touch of a pinky finger, at the taking in of air, at the taking in of any moment of her life. If she drops deep enough into presence of the feeling of this plant against her leg or against her arm, she can let an orgasm ripple through her. By the bliss of being in body, in form, in this moment. Oh, the bliss of being human as the universe is expressing herself through you in this moment. The orgasmic nature of creation being birthed, conceived into being in each now moment. Orgasmic conception, orgasmic birthing of each now moment. She's just tuning into what already is the true nature of her being. Tuning into that version of you. Welcoming her into the space. Welcome. Perhaps she's wearing a certain outfit or a gown. However she reveals herself to you, welcome her in. Using your visualization, your inner eyesight, your inner child's imagination to connect with her. And feel her in your body, feel her energy, feel her presence. Feel how electric and magnetic she is. And see what she has for you. How does she want to interact with you? For some of you, I'm getting the vision of her just kind of coming and like putting her body up against your body and kind of interfacing, either laying down inside you or coming up behind you and circling you, and just kind of her energy body just fitting itself like a puzzle piece into your energy body. And showing your nervous system what her nervous system feels like. Breathing deeply into your root, into your tailbone. Taking a deep breath into your sacrum, exhaling and releasing anything that needs to go from the base of your womb space, your pussy, your anus, just exhaling and releasing. Inhaling the energy, the frequency into the sacred bone. Exhaling and releasing anything that needs to go, anything that's not in alignment with the future version of you you know you're going to become, you are already. Inhaling one more time, deep inhale through the nose into the sacred bone at the base of your spine. Exhale, soften the pussy and just release. Softly, softly. And just holding yourself here. Asking for your future self support for this process. It's here you can bring in a five senses reality as well, where where you can imagine the kinds of things that she has touching her skin, the kinds of things she's touching, what textures, what smells is she smelling, what sounds is she hearing, what tastes, what are you putting on her lips and on her tongue? What is she seeing? And just let that fill you up. Your body, your brain, your body-mind field does not know the difference between actually being in the experience or the imagination of the experience. There's no separation. This is how you bring your future to you. This is how you magnetize your future to you, by practicing it first through imagination. Your inner child knows this. She would play in this realm all the time. She's got the keys to the queendom. And now inviting in your inner child, inviting in her connection to her imaginative realms, her temple space, her palace, and her favorite place in nature, her connection to the natural world. What she knew deep inside herself about nature, and maybe her belief in fairies or elvish beings, or her connection to birds and squirrels and kittens, puppies, cows, whatever lit her up, butterflies. Connecting to that part of you, and how a part of nature she knew deep inside that she was. Breathing into the center of your womb space with this one. Right in between your hips. Right here in the center of your womb. Just basking in these frequencies for yourself. This magic. And perhaps there's a connection to the innocence of your inner child, and just how wonder-filled she was on life. We're going to bring that quality. We're invoking the quality of divine innocence, the quality of Eden, of consciousness before the separation, before the fall into the illusion of separation, the illusion of duality. Inner union with your divinity. And from that place, please place one hand over your heart center in between your breasts and one hand over your womb space. Always, this is an invitation. Do what feels right to you. We're bringing in ingredient number 2 of our BLISS elixir. We're going to open the unconditional love and blessing field. So you can tap on the center of your heart. Just activate the center of your heart. And you're going to go on a little journey into the center of your heart through breath. And just placing that hand there again and just feeling what's here in the center of your heart. Through all the layers of armor that you put up against the world, the layers of protection. In this moment, you do not have to protect yourself from yourself. Your true self. Your true self needs no protection. Your innermost being calling upon your innermost being, source of source of source, through the center of your heart, your eternal self that knows no separation. Calling on her. Creatrix of all life. Breathing and feeling. She has utmost patience for you. She has utmost unconditional acceptance for you. Unconditional love. No matter what you do or say or have done or ever said, she sees it all and loves it all and loves this moment of your unfoldment. She's experiencing it through you. She is you. And she's beyond this fractal version of you as well. Can you let in a little bit more of her love? Of God's love. Of your future self's love. And put a smile on your face. Put a little smile on your lips. And send that love to your heart. Send that smile to your heart. And watch what your heart does when you send a smile to it. If it's hard to access this kind of this version, this ancient eternal version of you, an easier way in sometimes in certain moments is to imagine someone you love unconditionally in this lifetime. Imagine them sitting in front of you, standing in front of you, and just let your heart open to that unconditional love. You don't have to do anything really. It's not about doing. It's just about being here, just being. It already is you. It's just about softening and letting yourself be with enough of yourself that you reveal yourself to you. All that love you give to others, can you let it start just pouring out for yourself right now? Can you turn the water fountain back on yourself? Can you feed yourself with it? Now you're going to take that other hand. You're going to take that other hand. You're going to place it on top of the one in your heart, and you're just going to stir it a little bit, stir that energy. 2 hands together. Just really breathe into the heart center. And then exhale and just expand the love into your arms and down into your hands. Fill up your hands with this love. And then you're going to take the one hand and you're just going to hover it above your genitals. Not touching them, just hovering it. And you're going to send that love to your genitals now. If you feel called and your genitals are a yes when you ask them, you might just place really gently, almost the lightest touch ever, your palm over your pubic mound, over your genitals. But you can try just hovering and see if your genitals can feel the energy. Practice being in the energy. And if you can't feel it, just imagine you're sending this waves, like rainbow waves of love, whatever color it is for you, to your genitals. And send that smile, put that smile in the corners of your lips and send that smile now to your genitals, to your pussy lips, to your clitoris, to your vagina, to your G-spot. to your cervix, to your perineum, to your anus. Send that love. You can say, I love you. I love you, pussy. I love you, pussy. I'm so sorry, pussy. Please forgive me, pussy. I love you. You are beautiful. You are whole. Pussy, you are holy. You are divine. You are majestic. You are the most beautiful pussy in the whole goddamn universe. You are cosmic. You are the goddess herself incarnate. I love you. I bless you. I honor you. I honor you. I honor you. I honor you. I love you. Thank you for remembering. Thank you for helping me remember. I love you. 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 Whatever wants to come through for you to speak to your temple space, your body temple. That is your pussy, your yoni. One of the translations of yoni in Sanskrit is temple, holy temple. Good. And just breathe and feel now. Breathe and feel her response. And you can just inhale into the feeling and exhale, release whatever needs to go from this space. Inhale into the feeling, in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And now inhale through the mouth and imagine you're breathing in through your pussy yourself. Expand into the sensations of the love that she's just been receiving. Notice where it's tingling down your thighs, perhaps, or for me, yes, my whole thighs are lit up with goosebumps. I'm twitching and shaking, and yeah. She's just so happy. And whatever is real for you, be with that. Maybe there's pain, maybe there's sorrow, maybe there's grief, anger, whatever is there, be with it. Be real with it. Don't run away. Allow, allow, allow. Okay, good. You can just give yourself some belly rubs here. Circling the energy in one direction, then circling in the other. Taking some deep breaths, grounding yourself. Look around the room and name those objects. Really good, everybody. Beautiful work. That was very powerful. You're doing amazing. So we're going to bring in ingredient number 3 now, and that is the body activation and emotional release. The activation and purge. So I don't want to comment. I don't want to take you out of the space you're in. We're going to just move directly from that into this. It's so important that I feel that we bring that unconditional love to all of us, especially the parts that we reject, especially the parts we're afraid of or we're ashamed of. So the way into this today, I see it's revealing itself moment to moment. So I would love for you to place one hand over your heart center and one hand over your womb space again. And you've just really connected with your future self. You've connected with that unconditional love field that you are. And from that place of safety and trust and sunken inness, that place of seeing the path, seeing who you are just a few steps ahead, who you're becoming, I want you now to ask yourself, your soul, your innermost being, what's the block? What's the belief you are currently holding that's wrapped itself around your cells and DNA, that's made the kinks in the garden hose right now? What's the belief that you're running that's not allowing you to be this thing fully yet in this now moment? Asking your innermost being and asking for it to be phrased in one sentence, a negative phrasing, such as, I am not worthy enough. I am too broken. I'm afraid my family will reject me. I'm afraid of my own power. I'm afraid of what I'll have to let go of if this is who I truly am, etc., etc. Just listen now, listen. Breathe and feel. What's the negative belief holding you back in the old version of you and the old matrix of your being, which we're going to release today? If you'd like to, you can type it in the chat. If anyone wants to unmute themselves, we can have 2 or 3 people unmute and share. One sentence. I am blankety blank. I don't care. Anyone else? Unmute yourself.
I'm having a hard time trying to, not a hard time, but like you said, there are few of them that resonate, or all of them, of being seen, of being judged by family, of being, of witnessing who I am and what I have to let go of the past to move into this future. Like what I am doing as my job and what I see myself in is like 2 different things, and both don't coincide one along with another. So this fear of judgment, this fear of not being able to do what I need to do, not being able to provide for myself, not being able to, will I make the money? All of these fears are like, so.
So just, they're all wrapped up together. See if you can just trust yourself, close down your eyes and all condense it all. You have all the frequencies there, condense it all into one sentence.
I'm afraid to be seen.
Perfect. Thank you. That's it. I'm afraid of being rejected. I'm ashamed of my choices. I'm afraid of taking up too much space. I must be with my first lover. Okay. Very good, everybody. Does anyone else need support in distilling their negative belief? Okay. So now close down your eyes again if that feels good. And I want you to ask all the levels of you, from your slowest, smallest parts, the wounded child parts, which are also our demon parts, asking all the underworld realms of our being all the way up to the heavenly, most expansive cosmic realms of our being. Are we ready to let go of this old story? Can I release some next layers of this old story today, if not all of them? And wait for the answer. That God doesn't want me to feel sexual pleasure alone, that I'm not dedicated enough. Yeah. Ask yourself if it's time. And if it's not time for that particular belief, maybe see if there's another one that it's time for. But I have a feeling if that's the one that came up, you're probably ready for it. You know? Okay. So for this next practice, you are going to be moving. You're going to be feeling that belief fully. You're going to let yourself, so make sure there's some space around you. I like to get pretty wild when I feel into some of this stuff sometimes. You're going to be moving in this belief. You're going to let your body show you where this belief is living and where somatically it's kinking you. Okay, so I'm going to be playing some music, then I'm going to be guiding you. And you're literally going to be breathing and feeling and embodying the belief and the negative emotion that's associated with this belief and where it lives in the body. Maybe it's going to be like this kind of feeling. Maybe it's going to be like like whatever is coming through in your animal body to express itself. You're going to let yourself feel fully this old belief and how it lives in the body, and you're going to start moving it through the body. You're going to start alchemizing it in the body, not running away from it, not throwing it away, but you're going to be with it so fully that, well, I don't even want to say what's going to happen. You're going to see. You're just going to be with it fully. We're not going to try to run away to anywhere else. You're just going to be with it. And then you're going to release and express whatever emotions are associated with it, whatever's rising up in your being. You're going to start letting that out. Okay, so I'm going to give you some different tools for that. I'm going to be playing some music, and here are some different emotional release tools that I'm going to encourage you to use. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to be shaking. So even right now, if you want to just start shaking and activating your body as I described the other ones, you can do that. Okay, this is going to start breaking up the stuck or stagnant energy. I highly recommend you stand up for this. Okay. And one of the ones I've been using lately that I'm really in love with is imagining that I'm ripping open my chest. It's like I'm ripping open the old fabric of my being, ripping off the old layers, ripping off the masks, ripping it open and tearing it open and letting more of my heart shine through. One of my favorite children's series is the Chronicles of Narnia, and in one of the books, Aslan, who's a Christ figure, digs his finger into the dragon. Eustace, one of the characters, has become a dragon in his greed, in his, all his negative emotions and ego things, and he's become this dragon character. And Aslan the lion sticks his claw into the center of Eustace's heart, and he just starts tearing it and rips open all of this old dragon skin. So that's what we're going to be doing. Okay, so it's like this. You're going to make a sound as you rip it open. Okay, another one of my favorites. So keep shaking as you're watching. Keep shaking. Oh geez. Another one of my favorites is pillow smashing. So you're going to take some pillows or cushions, and you're simply going to be punching the living daylights, temper tantruming into the pillows, and you can break up that pillow smashing with a grief scream, where you throw your hands back, open your chest, and you release. Okay? And finally, one of my other favorites is pushing against a wall. So really just getting all of your anger, frustration out, whatever emotions need to move through you by pushing against a wall with all of your might. Okay? So shaking, the tools that I'm giving you today. Shaking. The dragon skin ripping off. Making a sound. The punching pillows and the grief scream. And you're going to make sound as you're punching those pillows, or the pushing against a wall. Okay? So you're going to go at that for a few minutes, and you're going to give it all you got. Okay, here we go. For a few minutes, I will let you know when it's complete. But let's go for it. And you're going to just feel Feel that emotion fully. First, let that emotion that's associated with a negative belief, let it just fill up your whole body. Breathe into it. Make a decision that you no longer want this to be the operating system of your reality. Take the shape of it. Make whatever shape it needs to take through you. Start making the sounds. Start making whatever animal forms need to be made. Start dancing it, moving it. And then use the tools. When the emotions start arising, use the tools to move the emotions. You can take this as deep as you're ready to take it. I encourage you to go deep. Yes, Darshi, amazing. That was one of my notes actually from today, is to do cat and cow and those circles that Darshi's doing. So you can do that on the floor like she is as well. Trust your body to know how to move the energy. Trust your vibe and the body. Moving stuck energy through the spine. Smashing those pillows. Moving the stuck emotions. The grief, the shame, the fear, the anger, the frustration, whatever is tied up with this old belief structure. Let it go now. Rip it off yourself. Tear it off. Oh, let the cosmic lion tear off the old snake skin. Letting it all go. Where does this belief still live in your body? Where does it live as stuck emotion? It's been hiding out in the shadows. It's been creeping around the corners and the edges, twisting itself, around your cells, around your energy body, around your spiritual nerves, your nerves. It's been preventing more of this orgasmic nature of yourself from flowing. Release it now in this safe space. You're safe to release it. You're safe to unwind it, to untangle it in yourself. Letting out a little more. Can you dig a little deeper? Can you breathe a little deeper? Can you open your jaw and sound a little more of the energy that wants to come out of the mouth? Open the mouth, slack the jaw, stick out the tongue. If you want to, if you can't make a lot of noise, you could scream into your hands. Scream into a pillow and shake your belly, wiggle your belly, breaking up more of the energy that's stuck down here. Yes, good. Taking yourself a little deeper. Amazing. A little more, guys. 1 more minute. Go even further. You've got this. Move your body however it wants to move now. Trust the wisdom of your animal, of your feline, of your serpent. Rip it off. Rip it off. Let it go. Move it through you. Hey. Oh, yes. And shake it out. Shake it out. Shake it out now. 30 more seconds. Shake as much as you can. Shake as hard as you can. Roll your lips like horse lips. Shake out your tailbone. Shake your hips. Get really into there. Get really into the buttocks. Hey, use your palms. Tap out any excess, any extra energy that wants to go from these places. And slap down your legs at the bottoms of your feet. Slap down your arms at the bottoms of your hands. Flick your hands. Tap lightly over your face. Dust off the bottom of your spine, your sacrum. Giving it to the earth to be composted. Opening that portal, that drain into the center of the earth so all of this can just find its way into transmutation, into compost, to form new life in a different form of itself for the highest good for all. Coming into center, maybe hugging and holding yourself again. You can look around the room, name those objects. You can place one hand over your heart center, one hand over your womb space. Breathing and feeling. Good job, everyone. Very good job. Mm-hmm. So now that we've made all of that space, I want you to tune into that innermost being again and that future self. And I want you to listen from the depths of your being for the new belief, the true belief, the new spell. What is the truth of your being? I am blank. I am worthy of being multi-orgasmic. I am worthy of having full body energy orgasms like a true pleasure goddess and sex witch. I am worthy of stepping into my true nature, my true power. I am ready to be seen. I deserve to be seen. It's my birthright, whatever it may be. Listening for that one sentence phrased positively, starting with I am. Share it in the chat, please. I am divinity. I am a divine goddess of pleasure. Amen, sister, a woman. Ooh. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Anyone else? I am my heart's desire. Wow, that really hit me. Yeah. Yes, you are. Yes, I am. Yes, I am a powerful goddess. Yes. Yes. Good. Good. Anyone else? Highly recommend you write that down. I am Athena. Goddess of wisdom. And warfare, I think, too. Yes. Powerful. Very good, everyone. All right. So we made all this space in us. Now we're going to use the rest of the recipe, the breath, presence, pleasure, sound. We're going to use all of this to really let this true belief, this new belief become woven through every cell, every fiber, every DNA strand of our being. I am a fully orgasmic turned on creatrix. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Yes. Amazing. And if you guys have to go for some reason, bless you, a couple people left there to go. I am seeing gorgeous. Jennifer's back. Yes. Okay. So my loves, this is where we're going to up the ante. This is where we get to become the true creatresses of our real, of our dream real. We get to change our body-mind field. We get to turn it, to transform it, to transmute it into the truth of itself, into more of its truest expression through pleasure. Okay. This is becoming so much more than just a full body orgasm class. My God, this is wild. Guess we're all ready for it. Okay, so I would love for you to find, yes, as Liz, yes. Ladies, we're in full temple space now. I don't know what else to tell you. This is what's happening. We're priestessing ourselves now. Okay, so let's go. Yeah. All right. So if you want to keep your camera on, bless you, amazing. If you want to shut it off, go for it. But I would love to have you lie down now. So I'm going to have you lying down on the ground with your knees bent, back flat, ideally no pillow under your head. And, trust yourself. If you want to sit up or kneel, like some people can access this. I've had some clients access this stuff in this kneeling position, like access full body orgasms and like moving it through them like this. So trust yourself, if that feels better, or if like getting down on your knees and twerking, or like however the energy wants to move you, trust it. And I find it also very highly effective to lie down with the knees bent. So try it out, experiment. And try it out differently in the replay if you like. So we are now going to bring in the pleasure breath. Okay, so this is sometimes called pelvic awakening breath or flow state breath. And it's really about breathing and connecting the energy of your pussy with the breath, really kind of marrying them together. Okay. And so you're going to imagine, this is going to be, I highly recommend you try it all with an open mouth. There's all this research being done about open mouth breathing and how it's not good, etc. Cool. I agree, probably. But for certain practices, it's very good to do open mouth breathing. So certain practices like this, for example, it's not good to do it all the time. But open mouth breathing helps you really drop deeper into the animal body. Okay. Then through the nose, but up to you. Okay, whatever feels good to you. So you can choose to breathe in through the nose or in through parted lips, and then exhale through the mouth. And it's going to be like a circular breath. Okay, so like a wave breath where the inhale is followed by the exhale, followed by the inhale, followed by the exhale, continuously. Okay. And we want to make the exhales a little longer than the inhales, if you can. I don't want you to get too caught up in your head and be like, oh my God, am I doing it right? Counting like 4 and 8 and all these things. No, it's just literally just try to make the exhales a little longer. And then eventually the breath is going to breathe you, and you'll let it go, and you'll let go of the trying to force it or trying to make it anything. You're just going to be with it. But for now, as you're inhaling into the pussy, filling up the whole pussy with the breath, and as you exhale, just see if you can make the exhales a little softer, slower, longer. Signaling to the nervous system that you're safe, bringing in more of that parasympathetic nervous system response. Okay. And as you inhale, you can squeeze the muscles of your pussy. Squeeze your vagina muscles. And as you exhale, you can release them. So inhaling and squeezing and pulling up. Exhaling and relaxing and releasing down. Inhale and squeezing up. It's as if you have, your fingers in your pussy or a yoni egg or anything else pleasurable inside. Squeeze around it, give it a love hug, and then exhale and release. Inhale, squeeze, love hug. Exhale, relax and release. Inhale, squeeze, love hug. Exhale and release. Inhale, squeeze, love hug. Exhale and release. And we can start bringing in another step. These don't have to go in order. I feel called to ask you to start just moving your hips, bringing a little movement into the hips right now. That might look like a stirring motion. As you inhale, maybe coming forward and squeezing. As you exhale, tipping back. Inhale, coming forward and squeezing. Exhale, back, releasing. Inhale, squeezing. Exhale, releasing. Or it might be, kind of rolling forward and tipping back. A thrusting motion. Bringing that energy in. That movement in. Yeah, and I might try experimenting with a little faster or a little slower. And I'm going to put some music on. So maybe your body even wants to, maybe your hips want to shake a little bit with the squeezing and releasing. Maybe they want to bounce or kind of tap onto the earth. Your sacrum wants to tap onto the earth. Try different movements as it feels good. Now I want you to imagine that you're going to sip up earth energy. So it's like you're sipping up through a straw. You can make your mouth into a bit of an O shape. And then release. Sip up more of yourself. As you sip it up, speak your affirmations, speak your new spell, the I am, the true belief. Think it in your mind, speak it aloud. Say it as you exhale. Imagine you're bringing it in from the center of the earth, from the center of your eternal being, but you're pulling it up in through the pussy. Let it light you up. Let it light up your base. Yes, 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 yes. My legs are getting covered in goosebumps. Pull it up. Breathe it in. Weave it in, ladies. Yes, good. And you might want to even pull it up a little further. Maybe it's ready to go up into another chakra. You're ready to pull it up a little higher into your belly button, your belly, your solar plexus. On the exhale, I want you to start making the sound ah or ha. And you can even use your hands to kind of scoop the energy if you like, to direct the energy up. If you can't feel it, that's okay. Be with whatever is here. Be real with whatever is here. And use your imagination. Imagine that the energy and this mantra, this true spell is being pulled in and is being written on every strand of your DNA. You're actually just uncovering what's already there. Breathe this all the way up to the heart and release. Sip, scoop it up into the heart and open the heart with it. Release. Sip, pull the energy up and release. Bringing in those pelvic floor movements, those hip movements, along with the pleasure breath. Imagining you're breathing in through the pussy and releasing out through the pussy. The exhale's a little longer than the inhales. And making a ha or an ah sound at every exhale. This is the sound of God. It's a sound of the heart, of love. It also signals to the vagus nerve and the nervous system that you're safe. You can also try a sound on the exhale. Squeezing in the inhales, releasing on the exhales. Good. Now we're going to start bringing some more pleasure. But first, I want you can keep the motion or you can calm the motion and the breath for this moment. And you're going to just tune into yourself and feel what you feel. Okay, so you can calm everything down for this moment. Place one hand over your womb space, one hand over heart center, and just notice what you're feeling. I want you to name aloud the sensations in your body. So for example, my womb feels warm and pulsy and magnetic. My vulva feels like a cool sensation, almost a windy sensation, almost like an icy sensation. And it's like buzzing. There's like a slight buzzing, fluttering feeling. There's like a juicy feeling in my vagina. And my heart feels both full, and I feel a little tension right here, but not too much, just here in my chest above my heart. There's a little tension here, and my face around my jaw, on my right side. So just naming aloud what you're experiencing using adjectives. Bringing you out of the mind, into the body. Breathing into the sensations now. See if you can expand your awareness of the sensations with the breath. And the hip motions. Can you bring now some pleasure to whatever sensation you're feeling? And that can be through the breath. It can be through visualization. It can be through intention, or even just hovering your hands above, sending energy to yourself, sending energy, that love, to your genitals, sending it to your heart. You might be just lightly touching your face or your neck. You might touch your hair, caress your hair. I want you to let go of whatever's been pleasurable in the past and come into what feels pleasurable now. Maybe it's feeling that connection to your inner child and her palace or her favorite spot in nature while you're doing the breath. feeling the sensation of pleasure. And if you have any discomfort in the body or anything that would be considered painful, can you bring pleasure to it? If you feel blocked or numb, can you bring pleasure to that sensation? That's a sensation too. What a gift that we are in bodies. The gods are jealous of our bodies, of our five senses. That's why they come here and they become us so they can feel all of these things. Yes, yes. And just let the energy move you. Trust your body to move with the energy. If your hips want to shake, if Kundalini is starting to move you more, the orgasmic feeling is moving more, just let it move you. Trust yourself. Okay. Good, 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 good. And now you might want to do quicker pulses. So shake it out. Trusting yourself, using the tools, the pleasure breath, the hip movements, bringing pleasure to whatever sensation, the naming sensations aloud or in your mind. And now, yes, 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 yes. I want you to become very aware of the energy in their body, very aware of the energy in your sex organs, around your whole pelvic cauldron. What is the quality of the energy? Bring your attention and focus right down there, all of your energy and attention. And I want you to name in your mind or aloud the sensation. Name the quality of the energy. My hips are wanting to move like this right now. And now start just allowing that energy to move. My hands naturally want to stir the energy upwards. Where does the energy want to go? Can you trust your body to know where it needs to go? But you can imagine moving it up to the crown and down, or up to the heart and down. And the easiest way to get it there, I find, is to stir it. To stir it first to the belly button. And see if you can feel it around the belly button. And then see if you can move it up from the belly button. Up to the heart. Connecting with that future self, connecting with the truth of your being, the true belief of your being, that true I am, connecting with the pleasure of that future self. Yes, the pleasure goddess that you are, the multi-orgasmic sex witch that you are, the fully liberated version of you, connecting with it, opening your throat with it, making whatever sounds want to come out, making whatever sounds want to be released now from your throat, connecting your throat and your sex. Yes, yes, yes. Can you say yes to yourself? Can you say yes to more orgasmic energy, more pleasure, more connection between your sex and every other center, every other cell of your being? Rising the energy even more, even more. If you can't feel it, just imagine it moving. Swirl it with your hands, move it with your hands, move it up into your third eye. Let it open your third eye and pineal gland. Yes, yes, yes. Wave your spine. Let the energy wave you however it feels. You can even imagine your divine masculine making love to you, your true king frequency. What qualities of your true king or your true queen self do you want to embody, you want to take in and let yourself be penetrated with? Can you let your cosmic king make love to you, holding you as all of this Shakti rises through you, grounding you, sending his life force, your divine masculine life force through you? You are nature. The sun god is making love to you, mother of nature. All the way up to your crown, all the way up, breathing it up to your crown, letting the energy rise, stirring it up, 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 up. Now visualizing that fully expressed self. Feel the true spell, the I am. Feel it. Feel her five senses reality in every cell of your body. Feel her. Feel you embodying her, you as her. Oh, and just relaxing and releasing, letting the energy move however it wants to. Letting go of expectations and just being with what is real, what is true for you. Sounding out whatever sounds want to be released from the throat, from the tongue, from the jaw. Letting your pussy make a sound through you, breathing into the pussy and letting her make a sound through you on the exhale. Breathing into your clitoris and letting her make a sound through you on the exhale. Breathing into your tailbone and letting her make a sound through you on the exhale. Now breathing into your anus, lighting up your anus, exhaling and letting it sound. And letting it move you however it wants to move you. Just like your body needed to move the negative belief, can you move whatever is here now through the body? Let it wave you its serpentine feline energy, however it wants to reveal itself through movement and sound. Breathe into your whole womb space. And exhale from the entire womb and make a sound that your womb wants to make of her truth. Yes. Breathing into your heart center. A deep inhale into the heart, exhaling whatever sound your heart wants to make. Exhaling and moving it. Inhaling into the throat and let the throat just sound out herself, her truth, her expression, not holding back. Good. Can you breathe into your third eye and let your third eye make a sound? And finally breathing into your crown. And let your crown make a sound. Take a deep inhale, relaxing the pussy, filling up the whole pelvic bowl, the whole cauldron down here. And now as you exhale, you're going to squeeze your bathroom muscles, squeeze your pussy muscles, and send the energy up your spine as you exhale. Imagine it going up to the crown of your head. And as you inhale, tongue on the roof of your mouth, let it fall down the front. Softening the belly, softening the womb. Inhaling, slight 10% squeeze in the pussy. And now exhale again and shoot the energy up. Make a sound, shoot the energy up the spine, squeeze your pussy muscles. Tongue on the roof of your mouth, chin tucked in. Inhale and let it drop down the front. Softening your hips, softening your jaw, softening your throat, softening your chest. And again, collecting it at the pussy, collecting all this juicy nectar of the gods, sweet honey nectar. Exhale, squeeze, pump it up the spine. Tongue in the roof of your mouth, behind your teeth. Look up under closed eyelids. And now inhale, relax and release. Let it fall all the way down the front, receiving the codes from your upper realms, your higher self, your future self, receiving everything she has to offer you. He and she, they have to offer you. Just drinking it in, receiving the love. receiving the blessing. You can stir the energy in one direction in your womb space, and then in the other, collecting it, condensing it, containing it into a little pearl or a golden dragon's egg here. This is your battery fuel for later, and this is storing all of the codes, the codex of what was shared here today, all these frequencies, all these keys that you took back for yourself. They all get to be stored here, and you can open them up, play with them, use them anytime. So just now feeling like your tailbone, breathing into the tailbone and exhaling, imagining your tailbone is elongating into the earth, snaking deep down into the earth, or like roots going into the earth. And you're just going to inhale through your heart and exhale and release any excess energy from your whole field down into this tail, down into the earth, into the center of the earth, grounding it all down, releasing what does not belong to you, what no longer belongs to you, no longer serves you. Releasing anything that is not yours. And another time, breathing in through the heart, exhaling and releasing down your tailbone into the earth, letting it all go. Feeling the earth hold you, feeling her support you. Breathing and feeling, just noticing shifts and changes in the body. Noticing any stories coming up where the mind wants to come in and try to analyze. Just be the witness to it all. Catherine says, I love that it started snowing when I exhaled from all of my centers. Oh, wow. You are nature, mama. That's so beautiful. I'm so glad you're here. Tamara says, thank you. Can't wait for the replay. Okay, I would love, it is 6:05. So we're a little, actually, we started pretty much at 4:05, but if anyone needs to go, feel free. The replay will be sent out. I would love to hear from anyone who wants to share. And then if you want to stick around after, I'm going to tell you about the 4-week course that starts tomorrow if anyone's interested in that. But I just want to really honor this sacred container for what it is itself, because damn, that was fucking powerful, ladies. Wow. So yes, who would like to share? Maybe someone who hasn't shared yet. It would be amazing to hear. Liz says, oh my fucking goddesses, thank you. Yeah, thank you all. Absolutely.
I'll share.
Please.
Hi.
Hi.
Though that was fun. I got distracted a couple times because my son is home, and then I got a phone call, but I came back into it, and then I started to have an orgasm, and I was like, yes, I didn't lose it. So I feel really good. I feel very uplifted. I feel lighter. I feel just lit right now. So yay! Thank you so much. I am so grateful, and I'm looking forward to looking into more with you.
Amazing. Yes, Jennifer.
Thank you so much.
So proud of you. This has also happened to me a number of times where I get interrupted by something and I go and do something in the 3D and I come back and my being can just pick up the energy again. It's so magic. Yeah. Thank you for reminding me of what is already always within me. Absolutely, Isabella. Yes, need to practice more. Samantha, yes, for sure. As I said, it takes practice, it takes practice to teach the nervous. It's honestly, to me, what it boils down to is the nervous system knowing that it's safe to be able to handle this much energy. To actually, because you've got the kinks in your garden hose there for a reason, so that you don't blow yourself out. Because to actually discover who you actually are in that way before you're ready, so yeah, So it's all about the safety in the nervous system first, and then yourself reveals herself to you. Yeah. Feeling centered, light, and powerful. Yes, Darshi. Yes, I'm glad. Did anyone not have an orgasm but felt like new and different things in their body? Anyone feeling frustrated? Anyone feeling like, fuck, it didn't work for me? What the fuck is this shit? Please share. I want to hear any and all of it.
For me, I realized laying down,
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't used to that.
Mm-hmm.
So I got up, and when I did, then I started feeling the energetic orgasms.
Mm-hmm.
But laying down, I was like, okay, so it's different. So there's a bit of judgment on my end, and I was like, what am I not doing? I know I can do this, but what's happening? And then it's like, get out of it, listen to your body and follow. So it's just like weaving in and out, but knowing that I could weave in,
Mm-hmm.
and then the breath, the whole behind your tongue. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like all of those parts, I was like, okay, just
Yeah.
thank you. It was beautiful.
Jennifer was on her knees. That was great. Yeah. Really, like, simplest thing sometimes to do is like be on your knees and just be like doing this like Shakti activation breath, like ha, 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 squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. And then when you stop the breath and just like breathe and feel, the energy can move. And then you can, sometimes even just that can unlock it for you. So another little bonus tip for you. Lori, do you want to share anything? I have to go, but this is amazing. We'll stay in touch. Oh yeah, amazing. You guys will be getting an email with details about the school, the O school too. Yeah.
I can share.
Yeah, please.
So I feel good, but I cried the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of anger, a lot of frustration, a lot of shame, and I feel really heavy. But I know it's gonna be good, like in a couple hours tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my experience, but it's still good of moving all this energy.
Mm-hmm. Keep being with yourself, keep being with all of those pieces. Use some of these practices, use the emotional release tools, and make love if you can, like even make love to these pieces that are coming up.
Mm-hmm.
I find sometimes it's the most relief. That's part of O Alchemy, which is the second week of the O school, is learning how to actually bring pleasure and bring genital pleasure to the pain, to give yourself pleasure through the pain. So I have what I call crygasms a lot when I'm really working through some deep stuff that's very painful, very uncomfortable. And I've learned how to bring the self-pleasure into it. And it's super helpful and transformative.
Thank you.
Yeah, blessing you on your journey, my dear.
Thank you.
Yeah. Loved all of it. Making love to my divine masculine was juicy. Elizabeth, this was amazing. Thank you for sharing without judgment or shame. Yeah, it's big. Yeah. So, is there anyone else that wants to say anything? I'm just so proud of you all for joining in the temple space and doing this priestessing with me. It's so ancient and eternal and new also. And yeah, it is. I know that feeling of like, oh gosh, I know this somewhere in me. This is, whoa, it's just always been here. And here it is again. And I just got some new tools to uncover it. So if you are interested, I'm going to be taking a group of women, only women, through a deep dive, a 4-week deep dive into these practices. I call it the O School, and it's part of my orgasmic. I'm sharing my full orgasmic healing method with the world now in this form for the first time. And week 1 is all about orgasmic expansion. So it's practices for expanding it, teaching your nervous system that it's safe to expand into more orgasmic pleasure. So the energy orgasms, the full body orgasms, the cervical orgasms, the squirting orgasms, whatever is wanting to come through you, it's this recipe that we're going to practice. And I break it down into 9 videos also that you can practice daily for yourself, and like do 1 or 2 videos a day. And then so you can practice and really get really good. The work out those muscles of each of these components, and then we put it all together and reach those peak pleasure states. And we're going to be practicing in community together and supporting one another in the temple space to transform. So that's week 1 is orgasmic expansion. Week 2 is orgasmic alchemy, which is what I was talking about with Lori. It's making love to your shadow, making love to your shit, learning how to use your orgasmic energy to clear your field. I'm sure we're all empaths. A lot of us are healers. We pick up a lot of stuff of other people and like wear it in the body, projections from other people's beliefs about us that aren't ours. It's like we can actually learn how to transform that, alchemize that into pure love, into pure potential energy again, using sexual energy, our creation, life force energy. Oh yeah, it's the holy fuck, as Chelsea Jo Huntsman calls it. Making love to all our parts, very powerful. And it's a very powerful integration tool so that your shadow parts aren't weaving your reality from the unconscious anymore in ways that aren't helpful for you moving forward. You know, you get to marry all parts of yourself this way. And then week 3 is orgasmic manifestation, where we learn to use this orgasmic energy for manifesting our highest aligned dreams and visions. We become the ultimate magnet for our future reality, and just like turn on our full-fledged feminine magnetism completely. And yeah, it's sex magic. It's sex magic training. And then the 4th week is orgasmic creation, which is how to use this energy to turn on your higher brain centers, your right brain, your creative centers, and to clear the channel for like the Da Vinci Code of the universe to come through for your own expression of your creative artistry. Yeah. Turning on your artistic abilities more so, which is something that has been happening in me these last few years more than ever doing these practices. I'm also a playwright. I have a couple production companies. I do ritual theater, immersive theater, and I do performance art, which has all turned on in a big way from these practices. So that's week 4. And I'm also going to do a bonus lesson on, it's called Squirt School. So I'll help you unlock squirting orgasms for yourself if you haven't already done that, or like a fail-safe way to do it, I find. So yeah, that's the O School. And we begin tomorrow at 4 p.m. is our first live call. If you can't make the live calls, you get the replays, and then there will be different practice videos, audio things to follow along with during the week. Yeah. Different iterations of that each week. Anyone have any questions? And so the full price is $597 USD for the 4 weeks, which is one of my most affordable offerings, and you get $100 USD off if you sign up within the next 48 hours. So it's $497 USD, which works out to, I think, just under 600 Canadian or something. And then so just in a comparison, when I work one-on-one with people for this work, it's $3,500 for a 4-session program. So yeah, it's quite a deal, and we get to heal and elevate ourselves and empower ourselves in community. So yeah, I'll post the link in the chat actually as well for you. And then you can check that out, and you'll be getting an email as well. Let me know. Does anyone have any questions about that? Yeah, you have a special discount link. And the live calls are every Friday. Yeah. Sweet. Let me know. I'm available. You can email me, DM me if you need anything. And also for integration, I'll send you guys an email for integration for all of this. Highly recommend dark chocolate. Highly recommend any rose products. So like anointing yourself with rose oil, having a rose petal bath or rose oil bath, an Epsom salts bath is really nice. Putting Himalayan salt or Celtic sea salt in your water and drinking that. Going for a walk on the earth barefoot, laying down with your belly on the earth, your heart on the earth, even on the floor, but on the actual ground if you can. Sitting with a tree, hugging a tree, those kinds of things, but I will send you an email. You're so welcome, Samantha. Payment plan option. Yes. If you need a payment plan option, let me know. It doesn't work to do it over the site, but I can email you links for that. So just pop your email. I have your email, but just let me know if you're wanting a payment plan and whether 2 or 3 payments, and then I can send you links for that. Yeah. Whoa. Yay. Amazing. I'm so glad you feel so blessed. You're so, so welcome and so much love. Yeah, so far I think I have 11 women in the class. So I have space for just a few more. I don't want too many. Kind of a nice container, but it would be so lovely if anyone feels called to have you. And if not, I hope to see you in other future sessions, workshops, containers, classes, or however our paths weave together. Amazing. When will the next session be? I'm not sure yet. Yeah, I'm not sure when my next workshop will be. I'm going to be pretty focused on this course for the next 4 weeks, but the first course session is tomorrow at 4. And then, yeah, I'll keep you posted. Keep you guys on my mailing list if you want. If you don't want to be on, just opt out. But yeah, any questions, comments, anything before we go? I'm loving basking in this field right now. Going a little overtime. No, your juiciness.
What's the duration? So every Friday we meet from 4 to...
Till around 6. Might be till 6:30. Yeah. Yeah. Bye, Lori.
Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. I'm so grateful for all of you. Thank you for doing this work. That was so powerful. Yeah. Epsom salts bath, showers, clear. Treat yourself so well. Give your inner children things that they love. Have some vegan ice cream or something, or a healthy cookie. I don't know. You know, watch a TV show that really calms you down and makes you happy. Just do things that really delight you. Read a book. Yeah. Snuggle with a stuffy. Ah, you're so welcome. Yeah. And all of you so much. It's quite a journey we put ourselves on here. And it's good to meet others who are also on the journey and are remembering, and just to be together, you know? Damn, it's a good, we need each other. It can be so lonely sometimes out here. Yeah. Sisterhood, yes. Anastasia, did you want to say anything? Oh, you're on mute, I love. Can you unmute yourself? Or I can. Let's see if I can. I don't know if I can.
Oh yeah, I did.
Okay, good.
Hey, thank you. It was a really nice experience. I loved making love to my masculine. Yeah, he is so hot. Thank you. Thanks a lot. I really enjoyed the practice. And all the ladies, thank you for being today.
Yeah.
Love you.
Love you. Thank you. Your energy's amazing. Catherine, do you want to say anything? It's so good to see you. Catherine and I have known each other for years and years and years. Like, she knew me from old Christian years when I was married in the Christian church and full of shame and couldn't orgasm. Yep.
Yeah, I pulled over because I've been kind of driving around at the same time while also doing this, which has been interesting. Nonetheless, I want to say thank you because that was awesome. Obviously going through it, but a part of witnessing you go through your amounts of pleasure is right, okay, I'm so limiting myself to this teeny tiny droplet of an inch of water where I could be experiencing the whole ocean when that's time for me or when I'm able to get there. So thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I still felt a lot of stuff that I need to move through, and I'm, basically challenges in a good way to get there. But yeah, it was very, very much appreciated.
I'm so happy you're here, girl. We have some kind of soul contract. It's so cool.
You know.
That's so amazing. Wow. Thank you. Okay. Did anyone have an orgasm that they want to share about? Did anyone access an energy orgasm? I know Jennifer did. Darcy did.
Cool.
Anastasia, did you as well? Yes. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I'm so happy. It still just gets me. I get off of it. I'm like, this works for people. Like, fuck yeah. In one go for some people, you know. Unbelievable. Yeah. So happy. Patricia or Debbie, anyone want to share anything? Cool, just letting all the energy all settle. Davey says, I wish my camera and microphone worked. Oh, damn. Well, feel free to share in the chat anything you want to. I'm excited to practice more. I have more to explore, for sure. We all do.
I have this. I have this little guy with me.
Hello.
I just thought I'd share. It works even if children are around.
Did you say it worked? I couldn't hear that.
Oh, it's possible to do this even against all odds.
Deeply on your motherhood and your child and everything that has brought you to this moment, despite all the odds. Yeah, really holding you and your process and your power. Oof, honor you. Thanks, kiddo, for being here too. Yes, the innocence of our inner children. Woof. We all ran that sexual energy as kids, you know? It was running through us too. It can be done in a safe and beautifully innocent way. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you. I really appreciate that. So are you. Well, it's tricky. I just don't feel like leaving, guys. I'm going to end the recording. Let's see. Stop recording. But you don't have to leave yet.